Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I had the audio muted. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Playoff Baseball on HCAM. It is the 6th-seeded Hillers and 27th seeded Reading. Derek Hatherley on the hill. A swing and a miss there. Go into the count. Matt Fischera, the left fielder. 3-2 count on Matt Fischera, the left fielder. I gave you the whole batting order for Reading and a bunch of details about the game, but you didn't hear any of them since the audio was muted. So we'll get you the batting orders. Fischera does draw the walk, so he's on base. Wilmore, the shortstop, is hitting second, coming up to the plate now. Alex Merkley, the center fielder, hitting third. Isaac Robinson, first baseman, hitting cleanup. Nate Vittorisi, right fielder, batting fifth. Joe Ciccarello, DH, hitting sixth. Ryan Marino, pitcher, hitting seventh. Chris Hannafin, third baseman, hitting eighth. Jack Chapin, second baseman, hitting ninth. Windup and the pitch, and that is fouled away. Tom Nappy on the call, John Ritz on camera. Absolutely beautiful day. Temperatures in the high 70s. Just gorgeous weather for some Hiller playoff baseball. Certainly can't ask for better weather than we have today. We'll get you the Hiller defense in just a moment. Check in at first, runner back safe. On the hill, it is Derek Hatherley. His battery mate is Peter Mahone behind the plate. Drew Riesenberger at first base. Dylan Ruff is your second baseman. Ryan Lang at shortstop. Lucas Hodney at third base. Left to right, and there's a hit up the middle, right to the second baseman. Throw to first, they double him up. So a liner to the second baseman and a 4-3 double play. Some beautiful defense early in this one by the Hillers. Left to right in the outfield for the Hillers, Charlie Petruni, Nick Pedroli, and Sean McCann. Stepping in now is Alex Merkley, the center fielder. And he gets a piece of this one, and it is going to be a base hit. So Merkley on base with a single. Isaac Robinson will come to the plate. Hatherley set to deal. We'll get you the stats on Hatherley in just a moment. And the runner from first taking off. Throw to second, and they got him. Caught stealing for the third out. So despite a walk, despite a hit, it ends up being 3 up, 3 down for Reading Memorial. We will move along to the bottom of the first. You are tuned in to Hiller Playoff Baseball on HCAM. HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by the Dentist at Hopkinton. The Dentist at Hopkinton provides services including comprehensive dental care, same-day crowns, facial aesthetics, periodontal care, cosmetic dentistry, and implant dentistry. The Dentist at Hopkinton is located at 77 Main Street and online at hopdent.com. Welcome back to this Division II MIAA playoff game, state tournament game between 27th seeded Reading and 6th seeded Hopkinton. It's a round of 32 game. Winner advances on to the round of 16. The loser, their season will come to an end. So it is very much a winner-go-home situation, and that's what it'll be from this point on as we are in playoff season for Hiller Spring Sports. We got Hiller softball going on at last check. They were down to Dartmouth 4-1 in the 5th inning. We're hoping they can make a comeback. And they've had a couple of great comebacks this season, so perhaps they will. And also, I want to let everybody know that tomorrow at 11 a.m. we'll have live Hiller Boys Playoff Lacrosse. More on that later in the broadcast. Leading things off for the Hillers is the center fielder, Nick Pedroli. On the mound for Reading is Ryan Marino. Nick Pedroli having a great season with the bat, .368 batting average, .430 on base percentage, 13 RBIs and 6 runs. Wind up and the pitch outside, 1-0. Here is the Hiller batting order. It is Nick Pedroli, center fielder, leading things off. Dylan Ruff, the second baseman, hitting second. Charlie Petruni, the left fielder, hitting third. That pitch is down low. Derek Hatherley, the pitcher, hitting cleanup. Will Morgan, the DH, hitting 5th. Lucas Hodney, third baseman, hitting 6th. Ryan Lang, shortstop, hitting 7th. Peter Mahone, catcher, hitting 8th. Sean McCann, right fielder, hitting 9th. Drew Riesenberger is the odd man out of the batting order and playing first base. 3-0 count now on Pedroli. Wind up and the pitch. And there's a strike. 3-1. So we mentioned that Derek Hatherley getting the start for the Hillers. I meant to give you the stats in the top of the first, but we had that little audio snafu as this is hit high in the air, and it is... Was it caught by the catcher? No, it wasn't. He was right there, but just could not get to it in time. So Pedroli will continue his plate appearance. But for Derek Hatherley, who's pitching for the Hillers, he has a 1.02 ERA, 3 wins, no losses, and opponents only hitting a 150 against Hatherley. And we also have the Reading stats. We'll let you know about some of these Reading athletes as well. Swing and a miss there, and there is out number 1. It'll bring up Dylan Ruff, the second baseman. Line up and the pitch from Marino, and he gets a good piece of this. Into left field it goes. That's a base hit. So Dylan Ruff continuing to flourish with the bat. He has been red hot as of late. .345 on the season batting average. .456 on base percentage. 10 runs, 12 RBIs for Ruff. And he reaches first base to start things here as Charlie Petruni steps in with 1 on and 1 out. Petruni had a .294 on the season with a .448 on base percentage. And the ball is going to get away. Advancing to second will be Ruff on the pass ball. So the Hillers with a man in scoring position. Petruni also has 10 runs, 12 RBIs to his credit, 6 doubles on the season, and he leads the team in steals with 16. Lined up and the pitch. And a swing and a miss there. It'll make the count 1-1. Actually, I think they're going to score that advance, a wild pitch, since it was a ball. Set to deliver. Just outside there. It'll make the count 2-1. We're hoping they get the scoreboard operating out here in the outfield. Well, it's always a big help, but we'll be okay without it. But it's just a nice convenience to have. But they might have the scoreboard going for softball. Maybe that's why they can't do it. That is going to be a pop-out by Petruni to the pitcher, 2 away. And that'll bring up Derek Hatherley. So pitching-wise, For Reading, Ryan Marino is a junior, and he is their ace, a 1.59 ERA, 2 wins, 2 losses, 9 appearances on the mound, 7 games started. Both teams with their ace on the hill to start their playoff run. Although the Hillers, I guess it could be argued who's their ace. They have a number of good starters. We'll talk about their pitching situation later in the broadcast, as there's a strike, and the next pitch is going to be hit in the air and drop into left field. Runner from second heading to third, now heading home. He will score. Hillers have the lead. An RBI single by Derek Hatherley. And if you notice, they have him in the cleanup spot today, and that's because he has been very good with the bat as of late. He has come on strong offensively, and he gets rewarded with getting the cleanup spot here in this round of 32 playoff game. Will Morgan steps in. So the Hillers strike first, and that's certainly what you want to do in these playoff games. Will Morgan, a 167 batting average on the season, 214 on base percentage, 5 RBIs and 7 runs to his credit. Swing and a miss. Runner from first taking off the throw over. They got him. So Hatherley is caught stealing for the third out, but the Hillers do plate a run and take the 1-0 lead. And Derek Hatherley has 6 stolen bases on the season. That's the first time he's been caught all season long. So be aware if you're the Hillers. It looks like the Reading catcher, Riley Learned, has a good arm. So you might want to be a little cautious about trying to steal some bases here today. But we will move along to the top of the second. You are tuned in to Hiller Playoff Baseball on HCAM.
Actually, just the glory. We asked 100 fourth graders, what is a state in the western part of the United States?
Come on, world map, where are you?
Confident.
Confident?
Very confident, apparently.
Fabulous.
I'm Cindy Donda, and I'll see you there.
Top of the second inning, Hillers with a 1-0 lead. As Derek Hatherley had a nice RBI single. Hatherley came into the game with 9 RBIs on the season, so he gets number 10 here today. Stepping in for Reading is Isaac Robinson, the first baseman and cleanup hitter, 4, 5, and 6 due up. Wind up and the pitch from Hatherley is a breaking pitch, a little outside, 1-0. Isaac Robinson, the cleanup hitter for Reading, hitting a 290 on the season. And he'll get a piece of this. Into the backstop it goes. He has 9 runs to his credit, as well as 11 RBIs, 4 doubles, and a home run. Wind up and the pitch. Just a little outside there. 2-1. Set to deliver. Inside, look out. 3-1. Well, the Hillers last year were hoping to go a lot further in the postseason. They lost in the round of 32 to Marblehead 8-4. So this team certainly hoping that they can get past that round of 32 point here today. As there's a walk to the cleanup hitter. So lead man on for Reading here in the top of the second, and Nate Vitorisi, the right fielder, stepping to the plate. Hillers softball also in action. They started at about 3:50. It was a scheduled 4 o'clock start. They started a few minutes early. And they currently trail, unfortunately, 6-1 to Dartmouth. And that's around a 32 matchup as well. Throw to first, and the runner is just back safely. That was close. So a 6-1 Dartmouth lead in the softball game. They're in the top of the 6th. So that game has moved along at a very healthy pace. And we'll let you know. We'll give you some updates as that game continues. Wind up and the pitch. And this is ripped up the middle. What a catch by Lange. Pulls it down for the out. One away. Runner on first stayed put. And that's going to bring up Joe Ciccarello, the DH. Well, Lang really had a range to his left to make that play and certainly showed that he's got the ups. Here's the 1-0 as he looks at first and is now set to deliver. The pitch, I guess, a little too high for the umpire's liking. Two and oh the count. Joe Ciccarello hitting a .250 on the season. There's a strike, 2-1. Ciccarello also has 6 runs, 4 RBIs, and a double to his credit. Wind up and the pitch, just outside. Well, Hatherley having a little bit of trouble early on finding the strike zone. And here comes Coach Anderson now to have a little chat. And once Hatherley finds that strike zone, he often doesn't lose it. So hopefully he'll be able to find that strike zone soon. Well, for Reading, they're a good hitting team, .272 batting average as a team. They've scored 95 runs in their 20 games played, so averaging a little less than 5 runs per game. And for the Hillers, kind of a similar situation with the bat, actually a very similar situation. Hillers hitting .276 as a team. The Hillers have played it 118 runs in their 21 games. We'll let you folks watching do the division at home for that one. Wind up and the pitch. There's a strike. So the Hillers average about a little more than 5 runs a game. So both teams kind of at the same level hitting-wise. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss. There it is. And strikeout there. 2 away. That'll bring up Ryan Marino, the pitcher. In addition to pitching, Ryan Marino, very good hitter. .538 batting average on the season, but has only had 13 at-bats. So don't let those numbers fool you, because that's fouled off. He has 2 runs to his credit. He's 7 for 13 overall with the bat. Wind up and the pitch. There's a strike, grabs the outer corner. Hatherley with the leg lift and the pitch outside there. Leg lift and the pitch, and that's fouled off into the backstop. And there, that one just misses. 2-2 the count. Runner on first, 2 outs for Reading. Hatherley set to deal. And this is hit up the left side, foul. Hatherley delivers, and this is hit in the air, left side. That'll drop down for a hit. And that was a good job by Pedroli getting that ball in quickly to prevent Isaac Robinson from advancing to third. So it's now 2 on with 2 outs. Chris Hannafin, the third baseman, coming to the plate. Hannafin for Reading, a .250 batting average on the season. 8 runs, 7 RBIs to his credit. You got 2 teams that have a good offense, hit the ball well, and you also have 2 teams that also have some great pitching on their staffs. Reading has a 2.54 team ERA as this is hit in the air left side and caught by Lang. A nice over-the-shoulder catch by Lang for the third out. Hillers lead it 1-0. We're heading to the bottom of the second. But I was talking about the pitching, and the Hillers have a great team ERA of 1.56, but 2 very good team batting averages, 2 very good teams with good ERAs doing battle here today. And we move along to the bottom of the second with the Hillers leading 1-0 on HCAM. We are ready for the bottom of the second. Will Morgan stepping back in. If you remembered, he was at the plate to end the first, and He's back up there because to end the first, it was Derek Hatherley getting caught stealing. But you can't be too mad at him because he did drive in the Hiller run. Wind up and the pitch. Breaking pitch that didn't quite break like he wanted for ball one. And he gets a good piece of this one, and that is going to end up in left field for a base hit by Will Morgan. So Will Morgan, who's been great with the bat lately, continuing to strive at the plate. He was hitting a 167 to come into this game, but don't be fooled. He's been hitting the ball quite well lately. And now stepping in is going to be Lucas Hodney. Checking at first, runner back safe. Will Morgan, 4 stolen bases on the season. We'll see if he goes for number 5 here. Coach Anderson is aggressive on the base paths. He's not afraid to send guys. Wind up and the pitch. There's a strike. Lucas Hodney, 271 batting average on the season, 353 on base percentage, 4 RBIs, and 11 runs to his credit. Checking at first. Morgan slides back safe. Well, these Hiller base runners, they're going to test the pitcher. They're going to test your catcher. And they have a lot of speed up and down that lineup as that ball gets away. And Morgan advances to second. So wild pitch there to advance Morgan. Hillers with a runner in scoring position. Set to deliver the 2-1. It's a bunt, and he pulls it back. And this is hit in the air, foul. Line up and the pitch. Gets a piece of this one, hit in the air, left field, and that is going to drop in. Another base hit there. And Morgan stayed at second because he wasn't sure if it was going to be caught. It was the left fielder and shortstop running in to try to make the catch. And no one could get there in time. So a nice little blue pit for Hodney, and that'll bring up Ryan Lang. So the Hillers threatening here in the second. And it gets away, and that'll advance both runners. Hodney up to second, Morgan up to third. Another wild pitch there. Gets away, and that'll advance both runners. Marino set to deal. Hit high in the air towards center field, and it is caught. Runner from third is going to tag, and he will score. A sacrifice RBI flyout by Ryan Lang, and the Hillers lead it 2-0. Lucas Hodney stayed put at second base. It was a good throw in by the Reading center fielder, Alex Merkley. But a job well done by Ryan Lang as Peter Mahone steps in. First pitch to him is a strike. So that was Ryan Lang's 8th RBI of the season. Wind up and the pitch, a little high there. 1-1. Check in at second. Runner was taking a big lead there, but he is back safely. Well, there's been a few Hiller base runners that have been caught off guard. I think you got to be careful with those leads with this catcher. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch there by Marino. Some kind of stoppage here.
Second, adjusting something.
Equipment adjustment, it appears. 1-2 is the count on Mahone. Peter Mahone has just been a tremendous catcher for the Hillers as he takes that one inside. Well, he's been pretty good with the bat as well. .250 batting average coming into this game. .443 on base percentage. 8 RBIs, 5 runs. And those are great numbers for a catcher, especially. Wind up and the pitch. Fouled into the backstop. But Mahone, the type of catcher that really nothing gets by him. Tough to find a solid catcher as Mahone. Leg lift and the pitch. And that was outside runner from second taking off, and he is safe. A stolen base for Lucas Hodney. And the throw was right there, but Hodney showing off the wheels. And that is Lucas Hodney's 11th stolen base of the season. There's a bunt. They're going to try to the suicide squeeze here, and it works. What a perfect bunt. A job well done there by Sean McCann to drive in Lucas Hodney with 2 outs. And now it's top of the order for the Hillers. Nick Pedroli steps in. Now a 3-0 lead for the Hillers. That first pitch a little high for ball 1. So Mahone struck out. That was Sean McCann who came up, able to get a beautiful bunt down. Just a perfect bunt as they check in on him at first. He's back safely. McCann with a .324 batting average coming into this game, and he picks up his 11th RBI. Checking at first, McCann slides back safe. Nick Pedroli at the plate. He struck out in the first inning. So the Hillers making some noise here in the bottom of the second. Wind up and the pitch. Fouled into the backstop. McCann will retreat. 1-1 the count. Great crowd on hand for this game as this is ripped up the right side, and that is foul. And I had to do a double take because McCann was already heading to third, but he will retreat. 1-2 count. An absolutely tremendous crowd on hand here today, all along the fences, and it's a beautiful day for some baseball. So if you're looking for something to do and you're in the area, come on down to the Hopkinton High School turf fields. Or, of course, you can watch it right here on HCAM as well. Wind up and the pitch. Little inside there, 2-2. Checking at first. Oh, they got him! Wow, a pickoff. They get McCann, but the good news is the Hillers plate 2 runs, and they lead it 3-0 as we head to the top of the third on HCAM. And by Bill's Pizzeria Kitchen and Grill, located at 14 Main Street. Find them online at mybillspizza.com. We are ready to continue on into the top of the third. Due up for Reading is the 9-1 and 2 hitters. Jack Chapin, the second baseman, set to step in. And Hatherley had a little trouble early on finding the strike zone, but seemed to calm down in that second inning and got through it unscathed. Jack Chapin, a junior, hitting a 204 on the season. 6 runs to his credit and 7 RBIs as he takes a strike there. Hatherley so far has thrown 32 pitches, so he's been relatively efficient so far. Hit high in the air, right side, and it is caught. Good catch there by Ruff. 1 away. Top of the order for Reading. And Fischera stepping in as the outfielders will move back. Fischera, senior, 297 batting average on the season. 9 runs to his credit and 2 RBIs. As he takes a ball for the first pitch. And this is up the middle, into center field it goes, and that's going to be a hit for Fischera. That'll bring up Will Moore, the shortstop, with 1 on and 1 out. Hatherley takes a quick peek at first and is set to deal. 2-0 the count. Slight lead by the runner at first. Hatherley looks over. Check in. Runner back safe. Well, both teams have caught someone stealing. Reading had the pick off to wrap up the second inning. The bottom of the second inning. The Hillers, they wouldn't mind getting a pick off of their own. That pitch down low. 2-0 the count. A little more lined out last time up in the first. Set to deliver. And there's a strike. 2-1. Takes a extended look at first and throws over. Runner back safe. Derek Hatherley has such an accurate throw over to first base. Nice quick pickoff move. Wind up and the pitch down low. 3-1 the count. Well, considering Fischera is 1 for 5 on steal attempts of the season, I don't think he's going to take off. As this is up the right side, glove by the first baseman, and he'll throw it past the second baseman into the outfield, or past the shortstop into the outfield. So it's going to be 2 on now for Reading. So Will Moore reaches on the error. Fischera up to second. 2 on, 1 out. Alex Merkley to the plate. It's an errant throw to try to get the lead runner. I think in that situation, you're closer to first base. Just get the out at first. Then you have 2 away. Outside. Fischera with a pretty good lead at second base. And these base runners, they're doing what they can to try to get in Hatherley's head here. And a throw over, he got him! He picked him off! The Hillers get their pickoff revenge. 2 away. I told you, Hatherley has a great throw over to first base. It worked there. Set to deliver the 2-0. Little low there. So now you got Fischera at second and 2 outs. There is warm-up action for the Hillers. And I think it's just in case Hatherley has any kind of struggles moving forward. I think he still has a pretty good leash, I'd imagine. Matt Gahn is getting loose. Wind up and the pitch. And it's called a strike. Grabs the inner corner. Merkley thought he had the walk there, but he did not. 3-2. And he gets a good piece of this one, left side and foul. Hiller's certainly happy that went foul. That would have been all kinds of trouble. Another full count pitch here for Hatherley. Hit high in the air, left side, and caught by Charlie Petruni for the third out of the inning. And despite two reaching for Reading, no harm done. We head to the bottom of the third. It's 3-0 Hillers on HCAM.
HCAM is supported by our viewers. Thank you. And by the Hopkinton Independent newspaper and online news site. The newspaper reaches 100% of the homes and businesses in town, and the website is updated daily with exclusive Hopkinton content. Readers can receive a daily newsletter and breaking news alerts via email.
Welcome back. We're ready for the bottom of the third, top of the order for the Hillers. Nick Pajoli stepping back in since last inning ended with Sean McCann getting picked off. There's a bunt, and he pulled it back. Ball one as the pitch was outside, 1-0. More warm-up action for the Hillers. Drew Riesenberger getting loose. This is up the right side. Glove by the second baseman. Throw to first. And he got him. 4-3 for the out. That will bring up Dylan Ruff, the second baseman.
Over? No. Yeah, it looks like they're taking things down. I'm still seeing the other team in the dugout.
Wind up and the pitch. And that grabbed the outer, or a little too outside there, 1-0. Oh, no, it was a strike. They had it wrong on the scoreboard. 0-2 now is the count. Wind up and the pitch. Breaking pitch, a little inside. 1-2. Get you a Hiller softball update in just a moment. Hiller softball has gone final. Dartmouth gets the 7-2 victory over Hiller softball. So 18-seeded Dartmouth with the upset win over 15-seeded Hillers. So the Hiller softball season will come to an end, and they'll end their season with a record of 14-7. As that pitch is tipped, 2-2. Congratulations to Coach Alberry and the Hillers. They had a tremendous season. A lot of fun to follow the softball team. Certainly wish the playoff run was a bit longer, but unfortunately, You never know what can happen in the postseason, but it was a great run, a great effort, and a great season by the Hiller softball team. As Ruff steps back in and awaits the full count pitch, the decisive pitch here. And he swings and misses for out number 2. It'll bring up Charlie Petruni, who flew out his only time up so far in this game, back in the first inning. Actually lined out to the pitcher, or flew out to the pitcher. Marino set to deliver. Hit high in the air towards left center, towards the fence and warning track, and caught for the third out. And that will wrap up the bottom of the third. We will head to the top of the fourth with the score. Hillers 3, Reading nothing. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers playoff baseball on HCAM.
Saturday morning cartoons are back. Every Saturday at 8 a.m., HCAM's Toon Time has an hour of classic cartoons, from Betty Boop to Superman to Popeye to Bugs Bunny and more. You'll see your old favorites and discover new ones. So tune in to Toon Time, Saturdays at 8, and start your weekend off with a laugh.
Welcome back into the Hopkinton High School turf baseball field. We are ready for the top of the fourth. Derek Hatherley back on the hill. 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up for Reading. Isaac Robinson, Nate Vittorese, and Joe Ciccarello. A good student turnout for the game here today. The fan section is here showing Hiller baseball some love as that pitch is outside, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Isaac Robinson he walked in his only plate appearance back in the second inning. Hit high in the air towards left field and caught by Charlie Petruni. 1 away. Nice catch there. Nate Vittorese lined out in his only plate appearance, stepping in. Vittorese, a .222 batting average on the season. He's a sophomore. 16 runs to his credit, however, 13 RBIs. Leg lift and the pitch. Fouled into the backstop. Wind up and the pitch. Gets a good piece of this one up the right side. Glove by the second baseman. Throw to first. Not a problem. Nice play by Ruff. 4-3. 4 out, number 2. Joe Ciccarello stepping to the plate. Hatherley set to deal. Swing and a miss. Leg lift and the pitch. Low and outside, 1-1. Wind up and the pitch. Little low there. 2-1 count. Hatherley now up to 55 pitches in this outing. Wind up and the pitch. There's a strike. Grabs the inner corner. The Hillers hoping to get as many innings as they can out of Hatherley and certainly save those arms for the later rounds, as this is fouled into the backstop. But of course it's win or go home, so you're going to do what you got to do to try to win the game regardless of the situation. Wind up and the pitch. Ooh, a little high. Full count. He winds, he deals, and this is fouled away. Look out over by the softball field. Softball falling today in the round of 32 game to Dartmouth. 7-2 final in that one. Wind up and the pitch. And the walk is drawn. It's going to bring up the pitcher, Ryan Marino. I thought it was interesting what Coach Anderson did with the batting order today, putting Hatherley in the cleanup spot and having Petroli lead off, Ruff second, Petruti third. So far, it's working nicely. And this is hit in the air, left side, foul out of play. Winds, he deals, down low. 1-1 the count. Well, we mentioned we have more Hiller playoff action tomorrow. We'll have Hiller boys lacrosse taking on Minnechaug in a round of 32 game. An 11 a.m. start to that one. And also, there'll be the Touch-a-Truck Festival going on at Hopkinton High School. So it should be a busy day here at Hopkinton High School tomorrow. Busy day today with softball and baseball both having their playoff games. And this is the place to be this weekend. It's where all the action is.
Car parade.
Wind up and the pitch. Outside.
What did you say, Joe? Senior car parade.
And that's right. We had the senior car parade and also the graduation. So a very busy weekend of festivities here at Hopkinton High School. A very fun weekend of festivities. And a number of students here dressed nicely. I'm assuming they're coming from the car parade and graduation festivities, and a good number of students checking out the action here today. 2-2 the count. And there you see the students chilling out by the outfield fence. And the Hillers during the season, they're not required to have that outfield fence, and they like to not have it. And they do that so if you get a ground ball, it could go for miles and miles. Nice play by Lang, and he gets the out at first. 6-3 for out number 3. And we are moving along to the bottom of the 4th. Hillers lead it 3-0 on HCAM. HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. All right, folks, we are ready for the bottom of the 4th inning. Hillers leading Reading 3-0. Derek Hatherley stepping in. And he takes a strike. Hatherley back in the 1st inning. Made it a 1-0 game as he drove in Dylan Ruff for the first run of the game. Windup and the pitch. Outside. Here's the 2-0. Little low there. 3-0. Well, you wonder what the leash is with Ryan Marino. He's up to 48 pitches. He's actually been a little more efficient than Hatherley, but obviously has given up some runs and has struggled at times with this potent Hiller lineup. There's a strike. Certainly pitching quite well, however. Leg lift and the pitch, and the walk is drawn. So Hatherley will reach for his 2nd time today. And that'll bring up Will Morgan. We're just going to hope that this time he doesn't get caught stealing as he did last time. We're going to get a courtesy runner here for Hatherley. Actually, that might have...
18.
What number?
18?
Are you sure? I don't think so.
It says on his jersey.
Because 18's in the lineup. working from the stretch. And the courtesy runner, John and I were trying to figure out, we are a good distance away. It is Davis Pishoff over at first base, the courtesy runner for Hatherley. Will Morgan at the plate. He had a nice hit back in the second inning, a single to start off a 2-run rally by the Hillers, as that is fouled into the backstop. 0-2 the count. Tom Nappy happy to be on the call. John Ritz on camera for this Hiller playoff game. We should probably talk about the Division II bracket. Winner of this game will, of course, advance to the round of 16. Checking out first, runner back safe. And this is going to be hit up the middle. They get one out at second and the throw to first. Did they get them both? And they did not, but they get the force out. So Morgan reaches via the fielder's choice, one away. That was great speed coming up the first base line by Morgan, because it was a very good throw over by Jack Chapin, the second baseman. And Morgan's speed allows him to avoid the double play as Lucas Hodney at the plate. And he takes a strike. Set to deliver, swing and a miss, and Morgan advances to second. So stolen base for Morgan. 0-2 the count on Hodney. And we will talk about this playoff bracket in just a moment, as that ball is going to get away and Morgan's going to round third. He's coming on, the throw over, and they got him trying to score. He was trying to do a little too much, should have stayed at third, but took the risk. He does have some serious speed, but they make the play for the second out. So that's two base runners now erased. Here. Lucas Hodney at the plate, 0-2 count. And he tips that one foul to stay alive. Windup and the pitch. Hit high in the air, right side, and caught for the third out. And it ends up being 3 up, 3 down for the Hillers. We are moving along to the top of the fifth with the score. Hillers 3, Reading nothing on HCAM.
Welcome to Bragging Rights. Well, actually, just a glory.
Spiders?
Do we have spiders? Wow, this team is on a roll. Okay.
This is going completely downhill.
Yeah, I agree.
Here, our ship is going down.
I agree with that statement.
write down your risks. What is a state in the western part of the United States?
Come on, world map. Where are you when I need you?
We are ready for the top of the 5th inning. Oilers trying to secure the win here. They lead at 3-0. 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for Reading as Chris Hannafin, the third baseman, will start things off. Wind up and the pitch. There's a strike. Little outside there, 1-1. Set to deliver. And this is up the middle. Glove by the second baseman. Throw to first. It's a good one. 4-3 for out number 1. We'll bring up Jack Chapin, the second baseman. Wind up and the pitch. Grabs the inner corner for a strike. So the winner of this game would move on to take on the winner of Mansfield and Dartmouth. That game's happening Monday night. And this is grounded up the right side. Another nice throw over there by the second baseman, Dylan Ruff. 4-3 for the out. 2 away. Top of the order now for Reading. Matt Fischera stepping in. In this bracket last night, Neshoba beat Shepherd Hill 3-1. Neshoba the 19th seeded and Shepherd Hill the 14th seeded. So Neshoba moves on to the round of 16. A pitch outside. And also in this bracket, Somerset Berkeley beat West Springfield 3-1, and Norwood beat Longmeadow 3-2. So Norwood out of the TVL moving on to the round of 16. And they'll take on Somerset Berkeley in the next round. Wind up and the pitch. A little outside there. It's now 3-0. There's a strike. Also in this bracket on the other side, Westwood beat Marblehead 9-3. So all 3 TVL teams still alive, and hopefully that'll be the case after this game's through. Wind up and the pitch. And there's a walk. So 2-out walk to Fischera. That'll bring up Will Moore. Will Moore, the shortstop. He is 0 for 2 today, reached on an error. Back in the 3rd. And here comes Coach Anderson. Could we be getting a pitching change here? Well, for now, it looks like just a chat. I think you really want to see Hatherley get out of this 5th inning. Doing battle tonight in this bracket, or actually this is going to be Monday night. Milford will take on Hingham. And another final, Milton beats Somerville 4-0 to advance to the round of 16. So Hatherley stays in the game. And we'll see if he can get through this fifth inning. 2 outs, runner on first. Hillers have already had a couple pitchers getting loose earlier. We had Matt Gahn up there at one point, as well as Drew Riesenberger. But lately, the Hillers like to ride it out with Hatherley. As long as he's not giving up runs, they'll leave him out there. He is up to 77 pitches, however. 1-1 count. Slight lead by the runner at first. The check-in, runner back just safe. Hatherley with that great pickoff move. Wind up and the pitch, and this is up the middle, takes a couple hops, picked up by the shortstop. Throw over by Lang, and he got him. 6-3, 4-out number 3. A nice throw off the back foot by Lang to get the out. And we are moving along to the bottom of the fifth with the Hillers leading 3-0 on HCAM. Bottom of the fifth inning, Ryan Lang, the shortstop, leading things off. 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up for the Hillers, Lang, Mahone, and McCann. And he'll get a piece of this one, left side foul. Wind up and the pitch. There's a breaking pitch. Didn't quite break like he wanted. 1-1. Lang had a sacrifice RBI flyout in the second inning. Swing and a miss there. And that sacrifice flyout would end up making the game a 3-0 game. And that's where we stand. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss. It gets away. Down to first, and the throw's in time. So a strikeout with the 2-3 throw down. One away. Peter Mahone to the plate. And he was squaring the bunt, pulls it back. Oh, and 1. Set to deliver. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Set to deliver. Hit high in the air, right side, going towards right center, and caught by Merkley, the center fielder, for the out. 2 away. Sean McCann will step to the plate. McCann singled back in the second. Wind up and the pitch. Down low. He winds and deals, and that is foul. 1-1. McCann coming into this game, .324 average on the season, .458 on base percentage, 10 RBIs, 8 runs, 12 stolen bases to his credit. That pitch a little high, 2-1. He's very good at stealing bases, as he has a stolen base percentage of 85.8% as he fouls that one away, 2-2. Big thank you to our HCAM crew that did the Hiller softball game today. Denise Untaki, Mike Tarosian, and Wally Hannaberry. They did a terrific job. An unfortunate loss for the Hillers. Their season comes to an end as they fell to Dartmouth 7-2. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that'll wrap up the inning. We are heading to the top of the 6th with the Hillers leading 3-0 on HCAM.
Actually, just the glory. We asked 100 fourth graders, what is a state in the western part of the United States?
Come on, world map, where are you?
Confident.
Confident?
Very confident, apparently.
Fabulous.
I'm Sidney Donda, and I'll see you there.
Welcome back in. We are just about ready for the top of the 6th. There's some of the, I think a lot of the Hiller senior class over there taking in the action here today. The playoff action between the 6th-seeded Hillers and 27th-seeded Reading in this Division II MIAA state tournament game. Derek Hatherley back out there, set to face the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Merkley, Robinson, and Vitorisi. First pitch is a ball to the center fielder, Alex Merkley. Wind up and the pitch, a little high. 2-0. Hatherley has reached the 80 pitch mark. Well, he has certainly gone into the hundreds before, so pretty good pace for him here in the 6th inning. And as long as he doesn't have to throw too many in these later innings, he could potentially stay in there for the entirety of this game. But of course, if he runs into any trouble, the Hillers do have a couple guys ready to come in and try to close it out. Wind up and the pitch. And there's a walk. That pitch looked close. That'll bring up Isaac Robinson, the first baseman. Robinson 0 for 1 with a walk. That pitch inside, 1-0.
No, they gave him a strike.
No, he did call it a strike. All right, grab the inner corner, we'll say. 0-1. Up the right side, that's going to trickle through. It's going to be 2-on with no outs. So a single for Robinson. And now you got Nate Vitorisi, the right fielder, coming to the plate. And we could potentially be getting a pinch runner here.
Number 15. 1-5, I think.
So it'll be a pinch runner over at first for the first baseman. And it looks like it's going to be Liam Hansen, Jr., coming in to pinch run. Well, this is a crucial situation here in this game, crucial point. Hillers clinging on to that 3-0 lead, but now Reading with a pair on, no outs. Big opportunity here. For they're the Reading Rockets. Big opportunity here for the Rockets to try to get back in this game. Checking at second, runner back safe. Well, we've seen Hatherley in these situations before where he has to work through them, and he's done a nice job pretty much all season long at getting through these hard situations, and we'll see if he could do that here. Squaring to bunt. Bunt was pulled back, and it's ball one. And they're trying to get that runner at second. He had a big lead. He's just back in time. Merkley on second. The pinch runner over at first. And it's a bunt. Fouled into the backstop. It's Hansen, the pinch runner. Liam Hansen. Set to deliver. And there's a bunt for a strike, 1-2. Will he try to bunt here with 2 strikes? Usually they don't. Or usually you wouldn't, because obviously you foul one off with a bunt. It would be an out. It looks like he's going to swing. Takes ball 2 there. 2-2. Leg lift and the pitch. Fouled away. Well, these Reading hitters making Hatherley work this inning. Leg lift and the pitch. Hit in the air, left side, and caught. And the runners are going to stay put. Good throw in by Petruni. So that's one away. Joe Ciccarello, the DH, coming to the plate. Wind up and the pitch. Here's ball 1, a little low there. Ciccarello has struck out and walked today. Swing and a miss there.
Struck him? No.
Struck out and walked today, rather.
It's a nappies.
Hit in the air over the reach of the shortstop into center field. Runner from third gonna try to score. The throw in is cut off. It's a 3-1 game. An RBI single for Ciccarello. And Hanson up to second, so it's runners on first and second, and we're getting a pitching change. Well, you got to give Hatherley credit. Very good outing here in this round of 32 playoff game. He went 5 1/3, and it was 5 1/3 of solid pitching, holding a very tough Reading lineup to only 1 run. And we will get a pitching change. We'll fill you in on the details when we get back. Welcome back. New pitcher for the Hillers. Drew Reisenberger in the game. And he is set to face Ryan Marino, the pitcher for Reading. 2 on, 1 out. A run in. It's 3-1. And we'll see if Reisenberger can close this out. Good outing by Hatherley. 5 1/3 he went. Very solid performance. Swing and a miss. You got a well-rested Reisenberger. Why not use him in this situation here? Hatherley threw a little over 90 pitches. Wind up and the pitch, and this is fouled away. Count remains 0-2. So Hatherley went 5 1/3, gave up 5 hits, 1 run. It was an earned run. Had 5 walks and struck out a hitter. Good performance overall. Those are good numbers in a playoff game, no doubt. 1-2 the count. You're going to get nothing but tough teams in this bracket. And every game is going to be a challenge. It is an absolutely loaded competitive bracket. And this is hit up the right side, takes a couple hops, throw to first, pulled the first baseman off the bag, but he's able to regroup and get the out. The runners on base did advance. So Ciccarello up to second, Robinson up to third. 4-3 on the out. And Chris Hannafin, the third baseman, to the plate. Crucial moment right here. Hit in the air, foul. Reading down to their final 4 outs. We'll see if Drew Reisenberger can get these outs. Reisenberger has pitched very well this season, a 1.80 ERA. As this is hit in the air, and Mahone made an attempt to get to it, but it's out of play. Reisenberger has struck out 21 hitters overall, has 2 wins, no losses, no saves, and opponents only hitting a 207 against Reisenberger. He's pitched 23 1/3 of an inning this season. Reisenberger, one of the tremendous seniors, and he gets the strikeout. That'll wrap up the top of the 6th. To the bottom of the 6th we go. The Hillers lead it 3-1 on HCAM. HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by the Dentist at Hopkinton. The Dentist at Hopkinton provides services including comprehensive dental care, same-day crowns, facial aesthetics, periodontal care, cosmetic dentistry, and implant dentistry. The Dentist at Hopkinton is located at 77 Main Street and online at hopdent.com.
Yeah. No, he asked me too, and
Welcome back. We are ready for the bottom of the 6th inning. Top of the order for the Hillers. Nick Pedroli set to step in, and Hillers would love to rally and add a little security here. Ryan Marino's still out there. There's a bunt. Slow roller up the third base line. You're not going to get him. What a perfect bunt by Pedroli. Just an absolute beauty of a bunt. Couldn't be any more perfect. Pedroli reaches. Dylan Ruff to the plate. check it on Nick Pajoli. He's back safe. Solid bunt for Pajoli. Allows him to reach. Runner on, no outs. Here's another bunt attempt. I'll tell you, there's not many teams that can manufacture runs better than this Hillers team. They're just so good at the small ball. They're not necessarily the most powerful hitting team. They won't necessarily overwhelm you with doubles and triples, but they could certainly overwhelm you with the singles, the stolen bases, and their bunting game. Wind up and the pitch. Bunt up the third base side. Throw to first. They get the out, but he moves the runner up, so the goal is accomplished for Dylan Ruff. 6-3 on the out, and that'll bring up Charlie Petruni. So this is what the Hillers do. Now they got the power hitters coming up, and they got a runner in scoring position with only one out. Sacrifice bunt. Moves Pajoli up to second, and Petruni takes one off the back. Derek Hatherley will step to the plate. I'm surprised. We haven't really we saw the Reading coach visit the mound once. You figure in this situation he'd come out, but perhaps soon he will. Checking at second, runner back safe. They're going to keep Pajoli close. They know his speed. Wind up and the pitch. A little high there, 1-0. Set to deliver, and this is up the left side, foul. Nice attempt at the play by Coach Anderson. 1-1. Checking at second, Pajoli slides back safe. Good job by the bench, telling him to go back. He was starting to get a little too far away from the bag there. Hit high in the air, right side, look out cars. Whew, that was close. We always hope that no one has to call the glass company here to come fix the windshields, but from time to time it does happen, so be cautious of where you park at these games, folks. Swing and a miss. There's a strikeout. Nice pitch by Marino. 2 away, and now Will Morgan to the plate. Morgan's had a good day at the plate. He singled in the second, ended up scoring a run. And he also reached in the fourth. A little high there. Reached via fielder's choice in the fourth. He's 1 for 2 overall. He would certainly love to get a hit right here. Checking at first. Oh, that was close. Petruni better be careful over there. What the Hillers are really hoping is for a bad throw to advance their runners. Wind up and the pitch. Fouled off the backstop. Both runners taking a pretty significant lead there as that pitch up high. And these base runners are also trying to get in the head of Marino. They want him to be distracted and throw pitches like he just did there. This is hit high in the air behind home plate and out of play. 2-2. Well, Will Morgan, he's been making good contact lately. I think that's the big reason why Coach Anderson moved him up in the lineup. He certainly switched things up a little bit in this lineup to try to get it going, and they have plated 3 runs against a very good pitcher so far. Checking at first. Back just safe. That was close. But we talked about Hatherley's pickoff move. You got to give Marino credit, too. He has a pretty solid pickoff move. And he got a pickoff earlier in the game as well. He picked off Sean McCann to end the second inning. Wind up and the pitch. And it's going to get away on the strikeout throw to first. It's an overthrow. Here comes another Hiller run. And maybe a second Hiller run. The throw over, and they'll get the out at home, but the Hillers do plate one. Pedroli around to score. Petruni tried to score, but was thrown out. So even with the strikeout, you could give Morgan an RBI, a 4-1 lead for the Hillers as we head to the top of the 7th on HCAM.
Saturday morning cartoons are back. Every Saturday at 8 a.m., HCAM's Toontime has an hour of classic cartoons, from Betty Boop to Superman to Popeye to Bugs Bunny and more. You'll see your old favorites and discover new ones. So tune in to Toontime Saturdays at 8 and start your weekend off with a laugh.
Top of the 7th inning, Reading down to their final 3 outs. Drew Reisenberger out there to try to close out this game, earn the save, and move the Hillers along to the round of 16. Will he do it? We'll find out soon. 9-1 and 2 due up for Reading. Jack Chapin steps in, up the middle, takes a couple hops. Glove by the second baseman. Throw to first, not a problem. 1 away. 1 pitch, 1 out. Top of the order now.
Two more times.
Matt Fischera, the left fielder, stepping in. Tom Nappy on the call. John Ritz on camera. Happy to be with you for this round of 32 Division II MIAA State Tournament game. Hillers 2 outs away from moving on to the round of 16. Pitch a little inside, 1-0. Reisenberger deals. There's a strike. I'll tell you, the Reisenberger, I love his delivery, the sidearm type of delivery, and his pitches can dance. The 1-1, a little outside, 2-1. That one danced a little too much. Hit high in the air, right side, towards the parking lot. Lookout cars. 2-2. Swing and a miss. 2 away. Reading down to their final out. Will Moore stepping to the plate. The Hiller student section doing some cheering. And they have built up a nice student section over there. Cheer on the Hillers today. There's a strike. And they're dressed up nicely, too. I'm sure many of them having graduation parties or going to graduation parties. They just had the commencement ceremony last night. Another strike there, 0-2, down to his final strike. Swing and a miss, and the Hillers are moving on to the round of 16. A brilliant job by Drew Reisenberger getting Reading 1-2-3 in the 7th. Hillers moving on. They take the win 4-1. Very impressive victory by the Hillers. A great start by Derek Hatherley. He went 5 1/3 of very solid pitching. Drew Reisenberger closes it out. The Hiller bats got going in the first and second inning and played it all they would need to take the victory. A great team win by the Hillers. Excellent defense, excellent pitching, and an excellent win as the Hillers take down Reading by a final score of 4-1. They are moving on to the round of 16. Be sure to check the HCAM website, hcam.tv, to learn where they will be and who they will be playing, and also we'll have all the streaming information as well. Hillers take it 4-1 over Reading. On to the round of 16 they go. That is going to do it for our coverage here today. For John Ritz on camera, I'm Tom Nappy. As always, we thank you for watching Hiller Baseball on HCAM. Take care, be well, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.